another episode of Crafting My Style, and today's card has got a lot going on. We're going to be showing you the peekaboo technique and how to mix and match your bows too. So let's get started and show you all the die sets we're going to be using. So I've got the itty bitty filigree bow, and I'm going to marry that up with the regular size 3D bow, showing you how you can use the different sizes together. We're going to back that with the itty bitty classic bow and the larger 3D classic bow. And the actual die sets we'll be using will be the Austrian collection Salzburg. We'll be using the Innsbruck to do our peekaboo technique. And from the California collection, the decorative frames set B for the sentiment. Along with those other items, we have the oval ironwork stamp that we'll be using, and doing a bit of embossing with the heart lattice embossing folder to begin with. Set these aside, we'll get started. So I've got a piece of coconut white card here. We're going to do a little bit of embossing, and I'm just going to put that into my heart lattice folder and line that up, and we will bring over the plates we need. Base plate, there's your card and folder, and we will be topping that with a raspberry adapter plate and running it through the grand caliper. This will give us a little texture for our background. Oh, lovely design. So you can see how beautifully that embossed. It's not too overwhelming, which is one of the reasons I love this. It just gives you a little bit of added extra detail there. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to do some cutting and whatnot, and I've stamped the oval ironworks on both an aqua card and a white card. That's important. On the aqua card, we're going to do the cutting. So I'm going back to the Innsbruck here, and I'm going to take the outside decorative edge, line this up, and we will do some taping into place, about like that. And I'm going to run this through and cut it. Get the plates I need. Pop this one down. Put that through the grand caliper. I'm going to do a bit more cutting, but I'm going to emboss the next die into place and then finish up. So I'm going to change plates here. I've got the pink plate with the tan mat. I'm going to move that over, and I'm going to use this cutting edge to emboss into the design here. So let me just get some removable tape, center it, and tape it into place. And we will run it through the machine. Rather than cutting, we're going to just put the detail into the back of the cardstock. I think sometimes people forget that you can do some embossing without actually cutting your dies too. So it gives you another more versatile feature to them. So I've got this already cut. I'll go ahead and remove this with my removable tape. Show you the embossed feature, and then we're going to do a bit more cutting after that. Gently peel that up. Put that back onto our mat. Take this off. So you can see I've actually cut the decorative insert, and then I've got that real pretty little edge embossed inside. So I'm going to go back to the Innsbruck set, take the next decorative piece, and I'm going to cut directly over the stamped image. Pop this around. And this is why the peekaboo technique works. We're going to take a really detailed die and cut the design out of it. Now the stamp doesn't match with it per se, but that doesn't matter, which is the real beauty to this technique. The more detailed the die is, the prettier it is, I think, too. Run it back. And let's see if we've got it all completely cut. There's a little spot here, so I'm going to turn it, run it through again. And back. Okay, so now just take me a second. I need to pop out all the little bits. Remove that. And you can just give these a little flick and most of them will come out. Remember, you're taking out parts of that actual design. Get them all popped out of place. It's a very, very detailed die. So now you can't actually see the design because you've cut away parts of it. This is where your white stamped copy comes in. So you can line this up behind there, and it just takes a second. You need to find a spot in your design and kind of start from that, moving it into place and gluing it on directly behind there. So it creates the entire design, part of it on white, peeking out your peekaboo, and part of it on your aqua or whatever color card you choose to use. But it really does give it an interesting look, and it's something for the eye to kind of look into, and you know, it just draws your interest in. So I've gone ahead and done one where I've taken it, matted it, added some pearls, and put a little black mat around it so it's ready to go. So we'll go ahead and start building up our card. I have the embossed background that we did earlier with the heart lattice embossing folder. I'm going to put that on with some mounting foam. I've already done a base with the Cosmic Shimmer white PVA glue. Let's go that way. Centered there nicely. Now I went ahead and did a filigree cut with the coconut white, and then I used the classic bow behind it in the aqua, and then just a tiny little mat of black, and I'm going to put one of these on either side. Pop that right into place. Let's see, about like that, and let me just make sure we've got enough room on both sides. Yeah, not a problem. Put this one on, and I've got a little bit of mounting foam up there to raise it up. Okay, and I think I'm just going to use one piece of foam on this one, so it'll be a little bit stair-stepped. Put that into our center nicely. I cut one of the smaller pieces from the Innsbruck out of white card. I'm going to use that in the center of my focal element. Put that right in the middle there, so you can still even see through the little cutout areas to get your peekaboo look. I've stamped my sentiment, and I've cut it out with the California Collection decorative frames, and then I cut a second one and just split it apart and added it top and bottom as a little bit of a shadow. Put that into the center. And then we've done a bow. Now what I've done is I've used the larger 3D bow for the bottom piece, but it's actually the smaller of the two pieces that come in that set. And I've used the smaller filigree bow on top of that. But to kind of balance it out, I decided to use the smaller tails. However, they aren't large enough to reach around that, so I'll show you what we're going to do. Just take your scissors, cut it in the middle, and we'll just use a glue dot for this, I think. And we're going to extend these tails a bit. Pop them out the side there on both edges. And you wouldn't even know it's not long enough to begin with. Get that right about equal, so it sticks out just along the bottom of the bow there. Put a glue dot in the center, and you can finish off your card with a really pretty little bow on the bottom. There you go. I think that's absolutely stunning, and it shows a really nice way you can make a medium-sized bow by mixing and matching the two different dies together. Hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.